Friendship.
Guys, I'm recording.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
All right, guys. You said it. Okay? Anyways, this is Maximilian's Toy Box. Here we got another deck profile for you. This deck profile for Shark's Madolches, the ones that helped him top 16. So let's just get the ball rolling.
Top 16. Mind you, it's not finished yet, guys. I still need a couple cards to finish it, but the card shop we go to, they didn't have one.
It's close enough.
It's close enough. Shut up. I saw that face. Yeah, I talk a lot. You got a problem.
Yeah, you do.
All right, we'll get into this.
Just get the ball rolling. So do your Madolche engine for your Madolche deck.
No, I'm not gonna start with Madolche engine.
Oh, okay.
I'm doing alphabetical order, so.
Oh yeah. That was my phone. Sorry.
Yeah, I know. So I start off 2 Garden Iatos because why not? It's good because Madolches hardly ever have stuff in the graveyard, which is a lie because I don't know. It just ends up in the graveyard when I don't want it there. Like, things end up in the graveyard when I don't need them there, but when I do need them there, they're not there. But they're good.
But for the most part, they're
First
not in the
turn,
graveyard.
25 beater. I mean, come on. What else do you need? And they're level 8s, which is good. You'll see later. 1 Baffle. It's a level 3 beast type. It's got a good effect, too. I mean, when it's in attack position, so you just normal summon if your opponent has a high beater on the field. Activates effect, switches stuff to defense, and that card to defense, and they can't change their attack to your opponent's next end phase. So yeah, that gets over a couple things. 2 Butler Usks. I ran 2 today. I only run 1, but I ran the 2 because it would help me get out the Chateau faster today. But I need. I'm gonna replace one later on with another Mageline. I run 1 Croissant. Croissant's good for its effect. You can return 1 Madolche card from your field to your hand and level it up by 1 star, and it gains 300 attack, so it becomes a level 4. 2 Who Cakes. Who Cakes are good for the special summoning. You get your Iatos from the grave, you remove them from play, or if you have like an XYZ or things that were materials in the grave, you can just remove them and special summon another Madolche from your deck. I had 1 Mageline today. Like I said, I need a second one, which I'm going to replace for a Butler Rust, but that's good because it just adds another Madolche to your hand. 2 Marble Maids. The Marble Maids are good card. 1, because of their effect, which is when it's flipped face up, add a Madolche Spell Trap card from your grave to your hand, which is always good. You could always go for the Knights or like a ticket if you don't have any. Mainly the Knights. It's a negate. And their defense. Their defense is 2,000, and if you have Chateau on the field, it raises to 25. And I know how much Newbie dislikes that because he can't get over a 25 defender.
Because everything is 24 on my Frog Monarchs.
3
Messenger
Gelatos. They're the main level 4 of this deck, honestly. Their effect to add a spell trap card to your hand from your deck is good because normally you go Mufuli, Messenger Gelato, or Who Cakes, Messenger Gelato, so you always get that plus to your hand. And you can go for the Chateau or the ticket if you need it, or just anything that's situational. And then 3 Mufulis, which are also good because they get you that free special when they're normal summoned. So it's like you go Mufuli into Messenger Gelato, get its effect, or the way I like to do it most of the time because I usually need it is normal summon Mufuli to get out a Pudding Cess. And Pudding Cess is good because she gains herself another 800 when there's no cards in the grave, which brings it to 23 if you have a Chateau. And her second effect is just too good. When it's attack or is attack, you get to destroy a card your opponent controls.
Why 2? Why not 3? Or why not 1?
Because 2 is not as cloggy.
Why not 1?
Because 2. Just because.
Why do you question everything?
I like the card. I like Pudding Cess, and it helps out with some of the traps as well. 1 Redux because you can only run 1, and they're all Earth type monsters, so it'll get you that plus onto the field, and then you can Hoot Cake it so that you can remove it from play to get 1. Now onto the spells and traps. I'll move that to the side. One Book of Moon. It's a staple, and you can only one run. A Dark Hole.
Another staple.
Yeah.
It's a given.
3 Chateaus, because it's good. I mean, today, or at the tournament, I went a mirror match, so I know I didn't really need as many Chateaus because I know he would. So I ended up siding out 2 of them to get in. Yeah, because he has 3.
Right.
Like, he's gonna have 3, and I'll get the plus from their Chateaus.
But you don't get the effect of
I don't
having
really
them back in
like.
your
I didn't
hand.
really need it. It's a mirror match, so.
I guess.
So yeah, and 2 tickets. I used to run 3, but 2 is best.
It's way too cloggy.
Yeah. 2 is best. It helps you get that hand add. 1 MST for back row control. Now onto traps. Bottomless
Staple.
prison.
Another staple.
And then instead of running 2 MSTs, I run a Dust Tornado because my deck relies more on traps and stuff. I can get that Dust Tornado, destroy one, and then set one from my hand. So, like, if I have, like, clogged field, just Dust Tornado and set what I need. 2 lessons. Lessons are good because if you have something in your grave that you can't return normally, you could activate Lesson, return to Madolche, and then that card. So, say I have an Eotos in my grave, I can return to Madolche and then the Eotos to my deck. And fields gain a plus 800 attack and defense as well. 2 Knights, of course. Negate effects, and if I have a pudding cess, shuffle a card in my opponent's hand to their deck. 2 T-breaks. That's pretty much a get over a trap. Like, you can attack, say they do Mirror Force, activate T-break, send it back to their hand, and then if you have a pudding cess, you could also pop one of their cards. 1 Palooza. I think more than one just ends up clogging because you don't really need it. It's a lot situational because of the fact that if you don't have it in your hand and you have a Palooza in your hand, you don't really need it. And staples, 2 Mirror Forces, of course. So that was the main deck. Now we move on to my extra deck, which needs the most work. I have 1 Acid Golem because of the level 3s. 1, I have a good number of level 3s in the deck. 2, it's a high beater and defender. And 3, unlike all my other decks that I overlay in this one, I can actually tribute with it because I have the pudding cesses. So I'm not afraid of having the Acid Golem on my field because then when he runs out of materials, I could just tribute it for 1 pudding cess. So it's not a dead card and I'm not losing. 1 Leviathan Dragon, it's a good 25 beater. I know things that really can't get over 25 beaters. When I had it on the field with Fire Fists, the guy was freaking out because he couldn't get over 25 beater. Zen Mains, obviously, most of these are staple cards. But yeah, Zen Mains is the good defense and popper. Big Clip Engineer, which is good for protection. I used it once on Newbie there when I had my Tiramisu and him on the field. He couldn't get over my Tiramisu because I would just switch to defense and it can't be destroyed. The better of the Zen mains, in my opinion, is Fortune Tune because he has so much of a plus. Not only do you gain 500 every standby phase, he also can't be targeted by effects, so you really can't get over it with like Black Ship of Corn or Diamond Dyer. He also can't be destroyed twice while he's on the field. And not only that, he's also a recycler, so he'll send himself and 2 level 3s back to the deck. It's pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty good.
If you want.
I have 2 Leviaires, obviously because of the Hoot Cakes. I'm going to be banishing stuff, so say I banish a Madolche monster that I need, like my Messengelados, I can just bring it back, special it if I have a beast on the field, get its effect. I'm sad I only have 1 Tiramisu. I just got them today, but they only had 1, so I was only running 1, and I didn't get it out as much as I wanted to. I only started getting out during towards the end of the tournament. I started getting it out more on the field. But it's the staple of this card, of this deck. I mean, yeah. It's the staple of this deck because you just add and you bounce cards your opponent controls back to their deck. Plus, she's 22, so.
And with Chateau 27.
Yeah. Staple, Diamond Dyer, plus this deck runs beasts in it. So you don't have to pop itself when you bring it out. I can go Mufuli, Croissant, Hoot Cakes. Yeah, just pop those and then pop my opponent's field. And then, if need be, pop itself. Cowboy for game. Anything else need to be said?
No.
Yes.
No, Cowboy for game.
Can you summon an attack position?
Yeah, I normally do though. Like honestly, I hardly ever do the 800 because I need to get over big beaters. I just go Cowboy because subtract 500, add 1000. Maestroke's a good defender. Book of Moon can't be destroyed. Yeah. Black Ship of Corn, get over small threats like the Zen mains and stuff, and he deals damage. Volcasaurus for the pudding cesses. Seldomly I get them out, but it's good to have in just in case. Say I can have 2 pudding cesses on the field with Palooza, and they have a big monster on their field. I just overlay for Volcasaurus, detach, destroy, they take the damage. It's good to have in just in case. And for the E-Autos, I run Hieratic Sun Dragon. Because I'm running Madolches, it's enough said. It's easy to get monsters onto the field and in your hand. Sometimes I have a surplus in my hand, which is good with Hieratic Sun because I'll detach and then send from my hand or my field and then pop on yours equal to the same. So I can just clear your field pretty easily and then attack for 3000. And that's my extra. Now on to the side. My side is... Alright. I need to find a card to replace my Chevalier for now. But it's good because it blocks attacks. What it is, like, say you have your Tiramisu on and they have something big. If you summon it, they can't really target your Tiramisu for an attack now. 2 MSTs, just in case I really need the popping power. I'll side it in against a deck that has heavy back row that I can't get over. 1 Prohibition for, you know, trolls. Just like, I can stop my opponent.
Just like newbie?
Yeah. I guess.
2 Dust Tornadoes. More popping power. And it's all situational depending on what I'm going up against. Would I rather go Dust Tornado or Mystical Space Typhoon? 2 goes in matches. Because they're all Earth types, it wouldn't be a negative for me. But, you know, against things with my opponents like Monarchs or Chaos Drags, they could only have 1 type on the field. Or 1 attribute on the field. 2 Threatening Roars for protection. Karma Cut, just in case. And then for more back row control, because Heavy's out of the question, I have Straight Flush and Malevolent Catastrophe. Straight Flush is... It's really situational, actually. Because your opponent needs to have full backfield. My theory is because Heavy is banned, they're less scared to have full back row. So they have the 5 there because they think there's no way you can get over all of it. Which is where Straight Flush comes in, so that you could just pop their whole back row.
Well, out of the tournament, how many duels would you say were full back row?
That I did?
Yeah.
2.
2?
2.
Out of the 2?
Two out of the
4?
5.
Oh, out of 5. Yeah.
I topped, so I had 5.
Yeah.
And Malevolent Catastrophe, it's a heavy, but it's any number.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it's only when they attack. Mm-hmm. But it's still good. And then 2 Magic Cylinders to get over big monsters attacking. Yeah. That's pretty much it. Yeah. Honestly.
All right. So my common question of the day would have to be, in your opinion, what do you think would be better, viewers? Malevolent Catastrophe or Straight Flush? I think Straight Flush, just because, I mean, I have to agree with with Shark here. There is full back row. I see that a lot more than I used to back when Heavy was around. I think Q seconds that motion silently.
And the other thing is that it doesn't destroy, because Malevolent Catastrophe and Heavy destroyed all back row. So it also takes out your cards, whereas Straight Flush only
destroys your
it only targets your opponent's back row, so your back row is safe.
Yep.
And it doesn't have to wait. It doesn't have to wait for you to get attacked.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. You can do it whenever.
You can do it right when they set down another card in their back row.
Or they'll be like 4 back row, activate MST chain because their back row's now full.
Yep.
Which do you guys prefer?
Which do you think would be a better replacement for Heavy? So please leave your answers in the comment bar below. Don't forget to subscribe, like the page. Yeah, I was gonna say follow us on the tweets, and then I realized we don't have Twitter.
I don't think we want to.
I don't. Yeah, we probably don't. We might do Tumblr.
No, we
won't. Sorry. I'm sorry, guys. I haven't had breakfast.
We're gonna make
It's like freaking 10 at night.
I haven't had breakfast.
We can make a MySpace.
We should make a MySpace.
MySpace totally. All
But
right,
anyways,
guys.
yeah.
Until next
So
time.
this is the deck profile of Shark's Madolches.
I love
Newbie as your
Madolches.
cameraman. Of course, Shark right here being the center of attention as he loves. Q right here in the background, and Miguel.
Just normal stuff.
So this is us coming loud and proud from Maximilian's Toy Box.
Signing off.